So I think the important thing to recognize in housing or any narrow area of focus that we tend to center on when we talk about public policy is that it doesn't exist on an island. It's impacted by every other policy jurisdiction that we legislate within. It's impacted by government action at all levels of government. So why is housing expensive? Well, in part because everything is. And why is everything expensive? Well, because we have out of control government spending, particularly at the federal level, and irresponsible monetary policy where we just print dollars, which are great for the people who first get their hands on them, who are all extraordinarily wealthy, but really bad for you and me when we finally get around to going to the grocery store. That's why it hurts a lot more every time you go to the grocery store nowadays than it did back in 2019. And so we need to focus on all of the external factors that are impacting inflation generally, and that will have an impact on bringing the cost of housing down. Now, of course, that's not enough. We also need to look at the burdensome permitting process and regulation that has impacted the fact that despite that we're in a comparable state to, say, a state like Wisconsin, it costs roughly $100,000 more to build the same house here than it does there. There's no rational, logical, market-based reason for that. That's because of the imposition at government at all levels in our state. We need to look at that. We need to look at a more friendly business environment in order to provide more productivity, because as it turns out, when you make more stuff and you sell more things and you're busier, you have more wealth, and that enables you to take care of basic needs such as housing. And we also need to take a look at our education system. It's deeply failing our students. 50% of kids can't read or write at grade level. That's going to impact their ability to make a living and therefore to provide for their basic needs.